Have you ever noticed the little things a man does and wondered if they mean more than just casual kindness? Sometimes, love isn't shouted from the rooftops. Sometimes, it's quiet, almost invisible, the kind of care that slips under the radar. But if you pay attention, speaks louder than any words ever could. Today, we're diving into something incredibly revealing. 15 subtle ways a man shows he cares without ever saying a single word. And trust me, these aren't the obvious gestures. These are the quiet, almost secret signs that reveal genuine affection. The kind that makes your heart stop for just a moment and leaves you thinking, he really sees me. Think about the people in your life. Have you ever caught him remembering something you said weeks ago? Or noticed him being there at the exact moment you needed support, even though you never asked? These aren't coincidences. These are small, deliberate actions that show he values you, often more than he even realizes. A man who truly cares doesn't always tell you how he feels. Instead, he lets his actions do the talking. And the fascinating part, these actions are so subtle that most people overlook them. But once you notice, everything clicks into place. Maybe he listens to you with complete attention, hanging on to every word, remembering not just the facts but the emotions behind what you say. Or perhaps he quietly supports your dreams, cheering you on behind the scenes without making it about himself. Maybe he protects you when you're not around, stands up for you without ever needing recognition, or simply finds comfort just being near you. These are the moments that speak volumes, silent gestures that communicate trust, respect, and deep emotional investment. If you've ever doubted whether someone truly cares, these subtle signs are your guide. They are proof that love and attention don't always need to be loud or dramatic. Sometimes, the most powerful expressions of care are quiet, consistent, and intentional. And by paying attention, you'll start to notice patterns, the little actions that reveal his heart more clearly than words ever could. Over the next few minutes, we're going to break down all 15 of these subtle ways. By the end of this video, you'll be able to recognize the silent gestures, understand their meaning, and finally see the hidden ways he shows that you matter more than anything else in his life. So, if you've ever wondered whether he really cares, not through what he says, but through what he does, stay tuned. Because the truth is, actions don't lie. And sometimes, the quietest gestures carry the loudest messages. 1. He listens attentively when you speak. One of the most subtle yet powerful ways a man shows he cares is through truly listening when you speak. This isn't just hearing your words. It's about being fully present. When he listens attentively, he makes eye contact, responds thoughtfully, and remembers the tone and emotion behind your words. He doesn't interrupt or dismiss what you're saying, even if it's a small or seemingly unimportant topic. Attentive listening is a silent form of validation. It shows he values your thoughts and feelings enough to give you his undivided attention. It also signals empathy. He tries to understand your perspective without judgment, which builds trust and emotional intimacy. Men who genuinely care often retain the details of your conversations, recalling them later in ways that make you feel understood and seen. This behavior isn't flashy or loud. It's quiet and consistent. He may ask follow-up questions days later or reference something you casually mentioned, demonstrating that you stayed on his mind long after the conversation ended. Over time, these small acts of attentiveness accumulate into a powerful display of care. Even when he doesn't say, "I care about you," his actions communicate it loud and clear, and you can feel the warmth and sincerity behind them. True listening is a rare quality, and a man who does it consistently is showing love in the most genuine, unspoken way. 2. He remembers small details about you. Another subtle way a man demonstrates he cares is by remembering the little things, things that might seem insignificant to others but matter deeply to you. It could be your favorite coffee order, a song you mentioned liking, or a small personal struggle you shared in confidence. He doesn't bring these up to impress others. He remembers because he values you and pays attention to your world. This attention to detail is more than courtesy, it's emotional intelligence in action. Remembering small details shows that he observes, understands, and prioritizes your preferences and experiences. It's a quiet affirmation that your happiness and comfort matter to him. When he surprises you with a thoughtful gesture based on these details, like sending a book by your favorite author or checking on you during a stressful time, it's a clear, silent message of care. Men who remember the small things also demonstrate thoughtfulness and genuine interest in your life. It's not about grand statements or dramatic gestures. It's the everyday, consistent acknowledgement that you're important to him. This subtle attention builds connection and trust, often more powerfully than words ever could. When a man consistently recalls the little things about you, it shows that your presence and your feelings leave a lasting imprint on his mind and heart. 3. He makes time for you even when busy. Time is one of the most valuable things a person can give, and a man who cares will make time for you even when his schedule is full. Life is busy, and priorities compete for attention, yet he chooses to carve out moments for you, not out of obligation, but because he genuinely wants to be present. This effort speaks louder than words ever could. Whether it's adjusting his plans to meet you, sending a thoughtful message during a hectic day, or simply being there when you need him, his actions communicate that your relationship is important to him. Making time isn't about grand, dramatic gestures. It's about consistent presence and attention. A man who does this respects your bond and demonstrates that you are a priority in his life. Furthermore, he doesn't treat the time he gives as a chore. His willingness to invest moments with you, even amidst work, social commitments, or personal tasks, reflects emotional investment. These moments, no matter how brief, carry significance because they are chosen consciously. When he makes time for you consistently, it quietly reassures you of your place in his life. This subtle, unspoken dedication often communicates more love and care than words ever could, making you feel valued, noticed, and truly cherished. 4. He checks on you silently. One of the most understated ways a man shows he cares is by checking on you silently. This isn't about constant texting or overt attention. It's about subtle gestures that let you know he's thinking of you. Whether it's sending a simple "How was your day?" message at the right time, or noticing when you seem off and giving you space while staying nearby, these small actions communicate concern without overwhelming you. Silent checking demonstrates emotional attunement. He notices changes in your mood, energy, or routine, and his response is thoughtful rather than intrusive. It's his way of saying, "I see you, I care, and I'm here," without expecting anything in return. Men who do this consistently are emotionally intelligent, valuing your comfort and emotional space while still offering support. This behavior also builds trust. When he checks on you in a subtle, unobtrusive way, it reassures you that your well-being matters to him. You feel supported without pressure, which is far more meaningful than loud declarations of care. Over time, these silent gestures accumulate into a deep, unspoken bond. They signal that you are important to him, and his attention to your emotional needs, even quietly, reflects genuine affection and respect. 5. He supports your dreams quietly. A man who truly cares doesn't just say he wants the best for you. He supports your dreams quietly. He encourages your ambitions without overshadowing them or turning them into his own agenda. He celebrates your successes privately or publicly, offers advice when needed, and helps in small, practical ways that move you closer to your goals. Quiet support shows that he respects your individuality. He isn't trying to control or compete with you. Instead, he wants to see you thrive. Whether it's motivating you before a big presentation, cheering you on from afar, or simply believing in your potential when others doubt you, his actions demonstrate commitment to your growth and happiness. This kind of support is subtle but profoundly meaningful. It communicates love without words, showing that he values not just your presence in his life, but also your personal journey. A man who quietly invests in your dreams demonstrates patience, care, and selflessness. Over time, these small gestures of encouragement build a strong foundation of trust and emotional connection, revealing his unwavering commitment to your well-being. 6. He protects you when you're not around. Protection is a powerful yet understated way to show care. A man who protects you when you're not around demonstrates loyalty, respect, and deep concern for your well-being. He may defend your reputation, ensure others treat you kindly, or step in if someone tries to hurt you emotionally or physically, all without expecting recognition. This behavior highlights integrity. He values you enough to safeguard your interests even when you cannot witness it. Such protection isn't controlling or overbearing. It's thoughtful and rooted in genuine care. It shows he respects your autonomy while still prioritizing your safety and dignity. Men who do this consistently communicate trust and reliability. You may notice subtle signs, like him correcting misinformation about you, offering guidance to others about how to treat you, or handling situations on your behalf with discretion. These actions quietly reinforce that you can rely on him. His care is visible not through words but through intentional deeds that reflect respect and devotion. Protecting you when you're not present is a silent yet profound demonstration of love and loyalty, leaving a lasting impression of emotional security and trust. 7. He notices your mood changes. A subtle yet meaningful way a man shows he cares is by noticing changes in your mood. He doesn't need you to announce when something's wrong. He picks up on the small cues, a slight frown, a quiet sigh, or a shift in your energy. This sensitivity demonstrates emotional awareness and empathy. By recognizing these changes, he can respond appropriately. Sometimes it's giving you space. Other times it's offering comfort, a kind word, or a simple gesture that lifts your spirits. This attentiveness signals that your emotional well-being matters to him, and that is tuned into the nuances of your feelings. Noticing mood changes also builds emotional intimacy. You feel understood even without verbal communication, which strengthens trust and connection. He may adjust his behavior subtly to support you, being more patient, listening more intently, or bringing small comforts your way. Over time, these consistent, quiet observations communicate that you are valued and cared for on a deeper level. A man who pays attention to your emotional shifts demonstrates a profound, unspoken love. It's not dramatic or showy, but it reassures you that you're never alone in your feelings. These small acts of awareness often mean more than grand gestures, as they reflect his commitment to your happiness and his willingness to emotionally invest in your life without expecting recognition. 8. He includes you in his future plans. Another silent yet significant sign of care is when he naturally includes you in his future plans. Whether it's mentioning trips he wants to take, milestones he hopes to reach, or life decisions he's considering, he envisions you being part of it. This signals that he sees you as a lasting presence in his life. Including you in future plans demonstrates intentionality and emotional investment. It's a quiet way of showing commitment without verbal declarations. He doesn't need to explicitly say, "I want a future with you." His actions and conversations make it clear. It might be as simple as asking your opinion on a long-term decision or planning an event together that's weeks or months away. This behavior also reflects respect and trust. He values your thoughts and presence enough to make you part of what's ahead. It communicates that you are integral to his life vision and that he's considering your needs, desires, and happiness when planning. A man who naturally envisions a future with you demonstrates both stability and care. These subtle inclusions in his plans indicate that you are more than a temporary presence. You're someone he wants to grow with, creating a foundation of trust, connection, and unspoken love. 9. He offers help without being asked. One of the most understated ways a man shows he cares is by offering help without waiting for you to ask. Whether it's assisting with a task, solving a problem, or supporting you during a difficult moment, he anticipates your needs and acts proactively. This behavior reflects attentiveness and thoughtfulness. He notices when you might struggle or need assistance and takes initiative to lighten your load. By doing so silently, he communicates care without creating pressure or making you feel dependent. His help is genuine. It comes from a desire to support, not from seeking praise or acknowledgement. Offering help without being asked also conveys respect. It shows he's paying attention to your life, understands your challenges, and is willing to step in discreetly to ease them. Small acts, like fixing something for you, picking up errands, or offering guidance during stressful times, all communicate silent affection. A man who consistently helps without prompting demonstrates emotional maturity and selflessness. His actions speak louder than words, creating a sense of reliability and security. These subtle gestures communicate love and care in a quiet but deeply meaningful way, making you feel seen, valued, and supported without needing verbal reassurance. 10. He shows consistency in his actions. Consistency is one of the most reliable signs that a man genuinely cares. It's not about grand, occasional gestures. It's about being dependable day after day. When a man is consistent, he shows up for you emotionally, mentally, and sometimes physically, creating a sense of stability and trust. This consistency communicates that his feelings for you are steady and not fleeting. Whether it's remembering your important dates, checking in regularly, or supporting you in small ways, his repeated actions show reliability and thoughtfulness. You don't have to question his intentions because his behavior aligns with his care over time. Consistency also signals respect and commitment. It demonstrates that he values your relationship enough to invest the necessary effort continuously. Small acts, sending a good morning message, asking about your day, or being patient when you're stressed, all accumulate to create a powerful impression of quiet devotion. Unlike dramatic gestures that may fade quickly, consistency builds long-term emotional security. It reassures you that his care is sincere and enduring. A man who consistently shows up for you, without drawing attention to it, expresses his love and commitment through actions rather than words, allowing you to feel genuinely supported, valued, and emotionally safe. 11. He mirrors your energy and habits. Mirroring is a subtle yet profound way a man demonstrates care. When he unconsciously adapts to your energy, pace, or habits, it shows attentiveness and emotional connection. For instance, if you're quiet and reflective, he softens his tone. If you're energetic and lively, he matches your enthusiasm. This behavior is more than imitation. It's a form of empathy. By aligning with your rhythm, he communicates that he is attuned to your emotional state and wants to create harmony in your interactions. Mirroring builds rapport and comfort, making you feel understood and in sync with him. Men who mirror your habits and energy also pay attention to your preferences. From small gestures like adopting your favorite routines to subtle mimicry of expressions or body language, these actions convey a deep, unspoken connection. It's his way of showing that he values your comfort and enjoys being in sync with you. This silent, reflective behavior often fosters trust and emotional intimacy. It indicates that he is emotionally invested and willing to meet you where you are, rather than expecting you to adjust to him. Mirroring, done naturally, becomes a gentle, ongoing affirmation of care, creating a sense of closeness that words alone cannot convey. 12. He finds comfort simply being near you. One of the quietest yet most telling signs of affection is when a man finds comfort simply being near you. He doesn't always need to speak or perform grand gestures. His presence alone brings him peace and contentment. Whether sitting quietly together, sharing a space while engaged in separate activities, or enjoying simple moments, he values the experience of being close to you. This behavior reflects emotional intimacy and trust. Finding comfort in proximity demonstrates that he feels safe, relaxed, and happy around you. It's a silent acknowledgement that your presence is meaningful to him and that he cherishes the connection without needing constant validation. Men who show this trait often create an environment where you feel equally at ease. They don't demand attention or dominate conversations. Instead, their calm presence communicates reassurance and emotional stability. Even subtle gestures, like leaning in slightly, sharing a quiet laugh, or simply being in the same room without distraction, signify care. This quiet form of affection is deeply grounding. It shows that he values your companionship and draws emotional satisfaction from your company. When a man finds comfort in simply being near you, it's a profound, unspoken way of expressing love and appreciation, reinforcing a sense of connection, security, and mutual understanding. 13. He defends you without seeking credit. A man who truly cares will defend you without expecting recognition or praise. This isn't about dramatic public gestures. It's often quiet, thoughtful actions that protect your reputation, honor, and well-being. He may correct misinformation about you, stand up for you in conversations, or ensure others treat you fairly, all without making it known that he's intervened. This behavior reflects loyalty and respect. By defending you silently, he demonstrates that your dignity matters to him and that he's willing to act in your best interest without seeking validation. It shows maturity and integrity, as his care is genuine rather than performative. Defending you without seeking credit also builds trust. You feel secure knowing he's watching out for you even when you're not present. It's an unspoken promise of support and protection that reinforces emotional safety in the relationship. Such actions may go unnoticed by others, but you recognize the intent behind them. These gestures communicate love and care in a profound, silent way. A man who defends you quietly shows that is emotionally invested, reliable, and committed to your happiness and security, making you feel valued and cherished without words. 14. He prioritizes your happiness quietly. A subtle but powerful way a man demonstrates care is by prioritizing your happiness without announcing it. He makes decisions with your comfort in mind, remembers the little things that bring you joy, and goes out of his way to create moments that make you feel loved and appreciated. This quiet prioritization shows thoughtfulness and empathy. It's not about grand gestures or constant attention. It's about intentional actions that reflect his consideration for your well-being. Whether it's choosing activities he knows you enjoy, surprising you with small treats, or simply ensuring you feel supported during tough times, his efforts communicate love without needing to be stated. Prioritizing your happiness also demonstrates emotional maturity. He values your joy as much as his own and invests in your life in meaningful ways. Over time, these consistent, thoughtful actions build a strong sense of emotional connection and trust. When a man makes your happiness a priority quietly, it shows that his affection is genuine. It's a silent reassurance that you are valued, respected, and cared for deeply, not just in words, but through consistent, intentional actions that enhance your life and strengthen your bond. 15. He makes small sacrifices for you. Making sacrifices, even small ones, is a subtle but profound way a man expresses care. It could be giving up time, adjusting plans, or compromising on something he wants to ensure your comfort and happiness. These actions demonstrate that your needs and feelings matter to him. Small sacrifices show thoughtfulness and dedication. They are rarely about obligation. Instead, they reflect a conscious choice to place your well-being above convenience or personal preference. It's his way of showing that your happiness and comfort are worth effort and consideration. This behavior also builds trust and emotional intimacy. When he consistently makes small sacrifices without complaint or expectation of recognition, it reveals his sincerity and selflessness. You sense that his care is genuine because it's reflected in consistent, meaningful actions rather than empty promises or words. Even subtle sacrifices, like waiting to make plans until you're free or taking on a task so you don't feel burdened, communicate love powerfully. A man who quietly makes sacrifices demonstrates a deep, unspoken devotion, showing that his commitment and care for you are sincere, constant, and enduring.